Hey, how's it going, guys? This is Tom from UDS with another edition of UDS Interviews, our series where we chat to interesting people from around the world. And my guests this week are a band on the fast track, should I say, to taking over this very world. And I, for one, look forward to their chilled, infinitely catchy indie rock domination. And they're here to talk all about their brand new album. It is my absolute pleasure to introduce arguably the most handsomest band in the world today. And I'm not just saying that because you're our new overlords, Beddy Rays.
Oh, well, what a bloody intro. That was crazy. I haven't had something like that before. That just made me smile a lot, mate. Ear to ear.
I'm glad to hear it, and I speak no lie. Fellas, how is it going, your evening and my morning?
Mate, yeah, pretty good.
Fantastic. We're just on the waters at the moment.
Yeah, we've had a bloody big weekend. We went down to Adelaide and played a big festival down there. And then some of us came back up and went checked out Splendor in the Grass, which was a bit of a muddy mess. But yeah, so that's what's been happening. But today we went and canned some new beers we're putting out soon. So it's all exciting. But yeah, how's your morning going, mate?
Oh, well, not a lot's happened so far. You are basically the way I've started my Tuesday morning, so I couldn't have asked for a better way to start the second day of the week. But yeah, obviously we'll get to music and everything else in a sec, but I did see on your socials the beer cans, which look amazing. Can you tell us a bit about how that came about?
Yeah, well, we've been wanting to make it. Yeah, you go, Lewi.
Yeah, we've wanted to make a brew for quite a while now, and we sort of, we didn't want to go with one of the main breweries. We wanted to go with like a smaller one. So these guys are called Easy Times Brewing Co. From Woolloongabba in Brisbane here, where we're from. And a bunch of legends over there. Great team, great brewers, great bloody management over there as well. They're all a bunch of legends. Yeah. So Jacko and Brad went over there and canning them up this morning, and they had a bit of a sneaky can or two, and they reckon it's pretty good. So.
Yeah, it was a 10 a.m. can. It was a little bit early, but
breakfast beers.
You got to try it out when it comes straight off the rack. First can off the rank, mate.
Absolutely. It's as near as you're going to get to when they take the bottle of champagne and whack it against the side of a ship to christen it. Like, you got to taste your own supply before you dish it out. So I do not blame anyone for having a 10 a.m. can. But one of the things that I think goes very, very well with a can of beer any time in the morning or the evening, indeed, even though why would you drink beer in the evening when you can drink it in the morning, is a very particular snack. And it's a favourite snack of the podcast and the favourite snack of the channel because it is basically the way I get to know my new friends a bit better. And that is, I promise this is getting to something. If either of you were a type of sandwich, not your favourite sandwich, but if you were a sandwich, this is one for each of you, what sandwich would you say best defines you as a person?
What sandwich best defines me as a person? I reckon I'd have a bit of salami in there, for sure. I'd be like a salami sandwich because I'm Italian.
Yeah.
Very cool. Very cool. What about you, Jacko?
What about you, Jacko?
Oh, mate. Just a plain old chicken and cheese.
Chicken and cheese.
Chicken and cheese toasty,
Oh, shit, yeah.
Yeah, mate. I'm warm, I'm a warm-hearted person. And, a bit of chicken.
And you're a chicken.
Yeah, a bit of chicken. That's probably it.
Just a little bit cheesy as well. No,
yeah,
I mean,
exactly.
They're both fan favourites that you can enjoy anytime, any day. So, you both sound delicious. So I couldn't ask for more. We should probably talk about music, shouldn't we? Rather than waste your time with all this nonsense. So your debut self-titled album is out at time of recording in just a few days. And by the time this video goes out, it will be out for everyone to get into their ear holes. So for the unfortunate few that haven't checked it out by the time this video goes live, could you just tell us a little bit more about the record?
Yeah, well, it's a record we've been working on for the last couple of years. It's definitely what we thought is a good stamp on who we are as a band and as best mates in general. sort of, we sort of always talk about looking after each other, always checking in on your mates sort of thing. And there's a lot of that on the record. And
yeah. So it's 14 pretty juicy tracks, we reckon. And we're super excited for everyone to hear it. And it comes out Friday, 29th of July. And so keen to deliver it to everyone.
Well, I was going to say, because I know you guys in whatever form have been playing music and been working on this since you were basically in primary school. And how does it feel to know that this album, after so much time, is finally out? Does it feel exciting? Is it a bit nerve-wracking knowing that sort of your baby is going to be out there? How does it feel like days away from release?
It's a bit of both for me. Like I'm excited, but I'm also nervous.
Yeah, it's something that we've never done before, never put a record out before. Last time we put a body of work was just an EP, because we've just been doing singles for a while now. But when we put the EP out, we only put it out because our mates were like, hurry up and put some songs out. Like, we never thought anyone would hear it, really. This would be for our mates. So this is a bit of a different experience now. So yeah,
especially like doing the big lead up, doing everything properly, like the way you're supposed to release music. Whereas the EP, we sort of just dropped it and said, here you go.
Here you go. Have a listen. And it just doesn't, we figured out fast that it doesn't really work like that. You got to put a lot more effort into it. And I think we've all pulled our fingers out recently and just been going pretty hard with it. So yeah.
Well, I've been lucky enough to get a sneak preview beforehand, and I gotta say, I've been absolutely digging it. I think it's definitely the soundtrack to my summer. I know, is it sort of like wintertime out your way at the moment?
Yeah. So we're struggling through the winter season at the moment.
It's been like the coldest one like we've had in a while. Right?
Yeah, it has been.
Well, it's been literally the hottest. Last week was the hottest day the UK's ever seen, and I tell you what, having some summer vibes like the record is getting me through the sweaty nights. So it's an absolute banger. So the other thing I was going to ask is, obviously you say that you've been working on this for a couple of years now. I don't know if you heard, but there was a pandemic on for the past couple of years. I don't know if it reached your way. It's it's a little thing over here. But how did that affect sort of the writing and the recording and the creation of the record? Did you have to work around lockdowns and be sort of flexible with that? But how did that affect the record?
Well, we didn't in Brisbane. We didn't really have the lockdown too bad. Like Melbourne had it the worst out of anyone. So we actually didn't have it so bad. There was definitely the times where we were locked down, but it didn't stop us from really getting creative and making these tunes sort of happen. But so the songs we were thinking about putting them out on another EP, and then we ended up just writing a heap more songs, and we thought, let's just throw it all on an album and see how it goes, eh?
Absolutely. Yeah, it's the best way to get something done is just to get it done. So yeah, completely understand. But the good thing about more recent times is that people have been able to hit the road and tour and play shows again. And I know you guys have been playing a bunch of shows lately. How's the live gigs been going?
Yeah, it's been going well. Like we've got a whole bunch more on the horizon. But I suppose the most recent one, Spin-Off Festival on the weekend, that was incredible. It was sort of our first experience of like a big festival stage, and there was I would have to estimate there was probably about 2,000-3,000 people there. So it was the biggest crowd we've ever played to in our lives. And we put up a video on our socials about that, and that was it's a pretty special moment when we were playing Sober Coaster.
Yeah,
and they had wireless mics. I've never even had a bloody wireless mic before.
I had to take advantage of the wireless mic. I had to walk out with it, maybe do a little pirouette and come back just to check it out, see how they work. But the thing that really blew us away was our set was at 11:30 in the morning, and we were like thinking that's the earliest I don't think we've ever played that early ever before. And we were sort of like, shit, I hope people will come, And just to see that many people in the tent just screaming the words was just, it's the best feeling ever. And I couldn't believe it really happened until after. We were sort of like, it was shook. It was awesome.
Amazing. Yeah, I mean, I don't know about you, but the older I get, the earlier a gig starts and finishes just sounds more and more appealing to me, because I can be better in a more reasonable hour. But yeah, no, I mean, I guess the real question that fans on my side of the world will be thinking is, when you guys going to come over to the UK so we can check you out?
Next year. We're coming over next year. It hasn't been announced yet, so it's a bit super secret squirrel at the moment. But yeah, we're going to come over there early next year and check out your place.
When does this podcast come out?
So this one will come out on Sunday, but I can trim out all of this if you'd rather keep it.
We're going to be announcing it then anyway, aren't we?
I think so. I believe so.
Blow it.
We'll just say it. Yeah, we're coming over in March 2023 with June Rats. We're supporting them on their tour over there.
Yeah. Oh, mate, amazing. Right, well, we'll definitely have to. Is there? I trust there's a London date in there somewhere.
Yeah, there is. I'll have to look it up and I'll let you know where it is.
I was going to say, the beers are on me when you guys can come over for the London show. Let's definitely make it happen.
For sure. Good. We'd love that.
Excellent. Well, before we get to that, one thing that particularly like during lockdowns and things like that I think a lot of us have been doing is consuming a bunch more media, whether it's movies, video games, TV, whatever like that. We've been just, at least I've been binging a crap ton of stuff. So the question I have for you guys is, if nothing was off the table, everything was possible, what would be your dream thing to feature a Beddy Rays track in?
Ooh, that's a tough one.
For me, like to feature a Beddy Ray track, as in, I would just, if it was is that like a TV show or anything like that, or
yeah, anything like that, video game, TV show, movie.
There's a thing over here. It's called the Footy Show. I don't even think they do it anymore, do they?
It's not anymore.
Oh, we missed it.
I don't even know if they do it. But say it was still around with the original cast.
Yeah, if it was still around, the Footy Show, because that's something that we grew up watching, because we love rugby league over here, and the Footy Show is just we used to watch it every week, it'd come on, and then it'd always be a band on there that played, and yeah, it'd be that for me. I'd like the Footy Show. I don't know. What about you?
Yeah, I 100% agree. Yeah, either Footy Show or even just I don't know, on some of the match highlights or something like that, have one of our songs playing over the top of it.
If that happened, I imagine that Origin big hits or something like that, then Overcoast is playing in the background. Ooh, that'd be all right.
That'd be incredible. We don't get that over here, but we had something called, I think we still have it. It was called Soccer AM, which was for, with defeat football, and it was a kind of the same sort of early morning Saturday thing where you'd have bands playing. I think back in the day, Arctic Monkeys and a bunch of other indie bands sort of got their first TV appearances there, and so for sure I'd love to see you guys in something like that, or a Tony Hawk game. That was the other one that I was thinking I could definitely see your guys' music in.
Totally, definitely
thinking that. Yeah, Tony Hawk's Pro Skater, mate. That's how we learned a lot of our favourite bands,
Yeah, definitely.
Mill & Colin, that's where we heard about Mill & Colin on that game.
No Cigar. That's a banger.
Banger.
Yeah, why not? As I say, you guys are going to take over the world. Put your tunes on everything, is what I say. 2023.
That'll be all right.
But speaking of the future and your plans, obviously we're about sort of smack bang halfway through 2022 now, and after the album launch, what does the rest of the year have in store for you guys?
So we're actually just about to take off on the record store tour down the east coast of Australia. So we're jumping in a van, chucking a bunch of vinyls in there, putting our acoustic instruments in there, and bloody heading down south.
Yeah.
So we've got that little record store tour, so to deliver our records to everyone, and then we've got an album tour coming up after that, and a bunch of summer festivals as well.
Yeah, that's going to be good fun. It's good to be able to play the songs acoustically, because it's just a nice way you could say fans, but we just call them friends that come out and just check the music out, and they get to see the music on a different sort of level, and maybe the lyrics come across a bit better. So we're keen to do that little tour. It's at the end of this week. Yeah, it's gonna be fun.
Yeah. Hell yeah, no rest for the wicked. Well, I only have one last question for you, and it's about as dumb as the other half of the questions I've asked you, and that is, we are UDS, which I don't know if you can see behind me, it stands for Upside Down Shark, and don't ask me why we settled with the name Upside Down Shark. It was many, many years ago, but frankly, we're in way too deep to change that now. But with that in mind, what are your guys' favourite sharks? And they can be real, they could be fictional, so they could be a shark from a movie or a shark from the ocean. But what would you say your favourite shark is?
Oh, you gotta love Bruce from Finding Nemo. He's a solid bloke, good old Brucey. I reckon he'd be a good shark. I could crack a beer with him.
Yeah.
Maybe even have a feed of fish or something like that with him, because I'm sure I love fish and sharks love fish.
This is
What
true.
about you, Jacko?
I thought we were just talking, you were saying the actual shark, like it's with his name and everything. Like,
Yeah.
I was thinking the type of shark. Like the wobbegong's a pretty dumb like shark that doesn't seem to want to hurt you. So it's okay if you see one when you're going for a snorkel. So that's all right.
That's it. I mean, the friendly sharks are the best sharks, and I know that Bruce from Finding Nemo was voiced by Dame Edna Everage, and if a wobbegong was voiced by a famous celebrity comedian, I think Dame Edna Everage would voice that as well. So, you know, 6 of one, half a dozen of the other. But guys, that is the last question I got to, for you today. So all that's left for me to say is thank you so much for your time.
Thanks, Tom, mate. It's been a pleasure talking to you. You're a legend.
Yeah, cheers, man.
Likewise.